Hey, welcome back to my December and final bench update of 2023. As always, been super busy, not so much on modeling. I've been working on one-to-one scale projects and a big super secret project, top secret project, which is over on Patreon. If you go to Patreon, check it out on there if you want. If not, I'll announce it over on here some point first quarter 2024. So that's very exciting. Been working on that a lot. And also, we had holidays. We had Thanksgiving here in the US and a bunch of other stuff going on. So, work and all the usual stuff. So, not really being very productive on the bench. I did have a pretty busy September, October, knocking out all those 72nd scale models. But pretty much not much happening at all really on the 48 scale. You see over here my Digicamo MiG-29. So it's been sat for about 2 weeks with nothing. Got about 95% done, 99% done probably. Just need to get across that finishing line. And finally this afternoon I did that. I put the last pitot tube, last little bits and bobs on, a couple lights, antennas. I broke off the antenna on top, the black ones. I had to scratch build one on that plastic card. Did all that kind of stuff. Got it put together, speed brakes, and we are finished. So I'll give you a quick glimpse here on the camera. It's kind of hard to hold. There we go. And the beautiful engines on these. You see on that side the engine. They just clip into place these covers. So one's open and one's closed. And that's how we're looking. So yeah, as always, I will do a little video from outside in the daylight, so you can see it a little bit better. And yeah, we'll kind of talk about it. So it's been a few weeks, so it's hard for me to remember. It's been on the works probably about 2 months. I've been working on this one, I think, maybe 6 weeks at least, if not 2 months. And yeah, it's okay kit. It's nicely detailed, engineered, over-engineered. For example, the seat had so many parts. I think the head box was about 3 parts, fiddly put together. It was just a little bit too over-engineered. This one being a Digicamo Slovakian one, it didn't have any weapon. Well, it does have weapons, I think, but there's no weapons actually on this one. Now I'm saying I don't think there's any in the box. I got to check that, but there's no weapons on this one. I don't know if it's like an air display or what the deal with this one is, but it's tiger meat markings, and yeah, so a little over-engineered, and the Digicamo are decals. Now decals come in big pieces. I guess you cut them down and stuff, but they're kind of easy to move. Plenty of wiggle room to kind of move them around and manipulate them and stuff. But the problem was because of big sheets, they weren't really cut. So, for example, again, I want to break this thing. Like here, like the louvered, like the air kind of doors here, which are open. A decal just went all over the top. So, not for the faint-hearted, but take a knife out and had to cut each one and, what setting and kind of bend it back so I could actually get them to go around all different, inside each of these. Again, it's a big decal just went over the top of it. So kind of cutting, going on, working on as you go. I think I did make some mistakes somewhere. I think the inside aren't the right digi prints. I think from the outside, if you don't use the tiger markings, but who cares? So also I think I lost the decals for the speed brake, but hey, maybe it's just a replacement speed brake on there. Hence no Digicamo markings on it. But yeah, great, nice looking engines as you saw earlier. Good, decent kit, nice MiG-29, but not perfect. Again, a little over-engineered for my liking, a little bit too fiddly and stuff, and I did kind of lose the mojo. Those decals, I mean, as you saw, I did get them to go down. If I was to build it again, I'd probably maybe consider a masking set. Not that I've ever sprayed Digicamo before. I'm sure that'd be a nightmare as well. But yeah, first ever Digicamo. It looks pretty cool. I didn't go crazy with weathering, as you saw. Just a little panel line wash and a little bit of neat oils just here and there. Because again, I don't want to detract from that the busyness of the Digicamo. So yeah, that one's done. First 48 scale kit in a while. Since I think I did the Bengal Legacy Hornet, the D, the Marine one. I think that was the last one. The 48 scale kit I did. Looking around here, it's been around 70 seconds since then. But yeah, got it finished, and of course, being a man, we don't read the instructions, so I took time to build and take seams out the external fuel tanks and got them all weathered up and stuff. Went to put them on, I realized this one doesn't have external. Doesn't have, just has a center pod. Doesn't have the side fuel pods. So that was a big waste of time. But anyway, I got two weathered and painted and seam removed fuel tanks should I ever need them for a MiG-29, I guess. But there we go. So And that's it. That's it in terms of actually building models. Well, per se, we're kind of swinging a little bit for 3D printing. So what I purchased, I've not really purchased anything modeling related in terms of plastic model related because, well, I bought a 3D printer, which I'm about to talk about, and I'm less than 3 weeks, just over 2 weeks now, I'm heading to Tokyo. So I didn't want to buy a bunch of stuff because I figured I do have geeky as it sounds, I do have written down some cool model shops in the certain part of town I want to check out. And there's a whole area of electronics and model shops. So definitely Tamiya store and Yellow Submarine, a bunch of other ones I'm going to check out. And if I got battery power and stuff, I will record it and throw it in the future update my adventures. So I'm heading to I'll be in Tokyo for a few days and also heading across to Hanoi in Vietnam as well. Not that I looked online, I don't see any model shops in Vietnam. I see some in Ho Chi Minh City, but not in Hanoi. So if you know Hanoi and you know any model shops, let me know. Again, that's not my priority of going there. But while I was there, I figured, hey, might be pretty cheap to check out some stuff. So yeah, if anyone knows Hanoi and there are any model shops, please let me know in the comments below and I'll check them out. So yeah, heading there in a couple of weeks. So again, I don't want to buy a bunch of stuff. There's not really much catching my eye, but I know especially Hasegawa, Tamiya, that kind of stuff, I can buy a lot cheaper out there. I'm taking Karen only as well, so I'm not buying massive models because I can't carry this stuff back with me all the way back to East Coast USA here. So that's the reason why I've not purchased much of the modeling supplies, but I did buy a 3D printer. So I talked about this at length on my Patreon. So sorry if you heard this already from my Patreons, but yeah, I wanted to get into 3D printing, and Black Friday came around, and a great deal came up, and I ended up buying a Creality K1 Max, which is pretty big. It's 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters is a build volume. So you can build like full size like cosplay helmets, like Star Wars helmets, Marvel, all that kind of stuff, pretty much. And it's so I had a great deal, got that and 4 rolls of filament, and it was like, really, really, offer I couldn't refuse. So I got that. Now it's an FDM printer, which is plastic, so it's not necessary for like scale models, projection seats, that kind of stuff. It's more for like functional stuff like desk organizers, glue holders, and then into props. So I'm going to build some Star Wars props, big Star Wars fan. So I'm going to start building things like Stormtrooper helmets, E11 blasters, props, full suits of Stormtrooper armor you can build, anything like that. So that's what I'm getting into with the FDM side of things, and some functional stuff. Cool. I really built OCD, and I love kind of drawer organizers, as you know. And I've seen some cool YouTube videos where people have built like customized like inserts for their tools, that kind of thing. So that's something I'll definitely get into when I get back in 2024. And I do want to get a resin printer as well. I just didn't want to get 2 at once on Black Friday because I don't have much time right now, and I don't want to learn 2 different systems. It's way too much. So I get going with the FDM, see how that goes. And then maybe, in spring, I'll think about getting like an Elegoo Saturn 3 Ultra. It's a 3D printer, so I can get into building some like figures and seats and stuff for the planes, and also some diorama stuff, and that kind of thing. So that's kind of what my plan is. So I'll definitely get resin next year. This back end of this year, obviously just got the FDM printer. Now, I've had it less than 24 hours, and this thing is printing. Quality is amazing, and I just printed a few things off. So as soon as I opened the box, whatever, I printed out the standard like little benchy, little boat. And as you can see, there's no very little visible lines. Often with 3D printing or plastic, you see all the lines and layers and stuff. This took 15 minutes to print. To show you how this thing's pretty fast as well. So about 15 minutes to print this guy, little boat. That's my test thing. And then from there, I printed I printed another thing. I had the only thing with problem with this printer is the spool filament goes on the back, which isn't very convenient, especially when I kind of push against the wall. So I printed out a bracket to go on the side, so you can put your filament on the side rather than the back. So I did that, and then I printed out this guy, and guess what that is? That's a trigger for a E11 Star Wars Stormtrooper blaster. So I printed that out, and that quality, I wasn't really getting it. So I basically just downloaded Cura and some of these settings for my printer, and then printed out another one, and it prints out much better. And this one I did sound a little bit and print Mr. Servicer just to kind of see. So I printed a trigger out. I hope FBI aren't watching because they're going to be knocking on my door. And I printed out the grip, and We've got the trigger guard, kind of goes in like that. We've got the switch. It goes on the side here from stun to fire. Gets hard to see. And then also we have the trigger as well. So I've got the Galactic Armory had a sale, Black Friday sale. So I got 50% off the files. And people say 3D printing isn't modeling. There's at least 50, if not 75 parts on this thing. So it's going to build a full like one scale blaster. And I haven't done anything. This is straight from the printer, like this morning. And just look at the quality of that. Isn't that amazing? And this is really hard, solid plastic. This isn't breaking or anything, flexing, nothing. It's solid. So it just needs a little sand down. Obviously, a little sand down, and then clean up and put this thing together, and then obviously prime and paint it. So yeah, again, if the FBI are watching or the YouTube admin, this is not a real gun. This is a prop, as you can see. This is an E11 blaster for a Star Wars. For people start knocking on my door. So yeah, and then you got obviously the trigger goes in, like that, and it builds up. So I did this. This big piece here took about 2 hours, which again is pretty quick for a 3D printer. These couple of pieces took like 10 minutes for both of them, and then the trigger and stuff. So that's the first part. So eventually, I just started with little parts because I don't want to waste a bunch of filament and ruin the bad cuts. But now this one's come out so well, I think get going to printing out the barrel and other parts now. So yeah, building a E11 blaster from Star Wars, and I'll keep you guys posted. No big rush on this at all. But again, just to handle the grip there, the quality. See how the texture and stuff. It kind of blew me away how good quality this is. Again, it's Creality K1 Max. Oh, one last thing I printed off earlier today as well. So the kids, age into board games, and board games aren't quite as good as they used to be when I was a kid. I think the quality's a little bit poor. So we've got Mousetrap, the traditional Mousetrap game, and then you have to collect the cheeses, and the cheeses are like little bits of cardboard, which are kind of crappy. So I found this free file here, and it's just basically, it's hard to see again, black. But it's basically, rather than using bits of cardboard, you got the cheeses in plastic. Again, solid plastic with a little holder, and it fits perfectly. These little cheeses fit in there. Now, it's obviously, you paint this thing up, but the fact you're going to touch this a lot, it's going to wear. So I'm thinking get some yellow filament and print the cheeses in yellow. Don't have to worry about painting or anything. So yellow cheeses, you'll see them a little better. You can see there, and they just fit into the little board. But it fits absolutely perfectly. It fits like a glove. This thing took like maybe 15 minutes or something. I don't know. Maybe half an hour, but yeah, so you need one of those for each player. So yeah, just a little testing, fooling around with it. Again, I've had the printer less than 24 hours, so the fact I've had zero 3D printing experience, I don't know anything really much about them, just I got this far, and like printing out this kind of stuff. If I can do it, I think pretty much anybody can do it. So I'm pretty happy so far with it. I know I have a bunch of failed prints and stuff, but that's where I'm going. I'm not straight down on the bed, no glue. I know some people put like sticky glue and stuff down. Let's just print it straight on there, peel it right off, no problem at all. And the thing is, 3D printing, you got to be careful because YouTube, it's just a minefield. I think a lot of people getting printers for free from companies and giving different reviews and stuff. Well, some people say it's amazing. Some people say the printer's crap. It's just, I spent hours trying to find stuff, but in the end, just do your own research and just, I mean, especially this time of year, if you buy it from something like Amazon or Best Buy, you can return it to like mid-January. So you have like 6 weeks where you can fall around with it. If you don't like them, just return it, get your money back. So yeah, there's really no kind of risk involved at all, these printers. So yeah, so really happy with it. That's my 3D printing adventure. And that kind of wraps up kind of what I've been up to. So what I will do is, which I've not done for a long time, which I need to get doing, is let's go to the Facebook group and take a look at people's work.
Okay, so as always, the link is in the notes below. And yeah, let's get going with a few builds I see here. The latest one on posted is from Anthony, and it's a 72nd scale Ace Models B1 Centauro. Awesome kit with plenty of parts and PE. Needed some cleanup, but really enjoyed it. I must say, it looks bigger and semi-second. So not heard of Ace Models, but cool looking UN. It's like a striker, I guess. And as always, I know kind of like sound like a broken record, but with armor, just a simple little base like this one. Not this is simple, but just something to set it off. Really makes the piece look pretty awesome. Nice. Next up is Paul. Been a while since I posted anything. Calling this one done. A Tamiya 112 Honda CB750F, customized a cafe racer style bike. Couple of lessons learned. Build and customize before even thinking about painting, as overhandled this during the building process. Hence, the fit and finish isn't perfect. Anywho, I think it turned out not too bad. P.S. I'd like a real one. Let's take a look at this guy. So these Tamiya kits I know are pretty legendary to bikes, and wow, looks beautiful, nicely done. So well engineered, these kits, and yeah, all different metals and tones. Looks absolutely beautiful. Nice. Moving along here, Dan, finally happy with progress made on Aoshima's 24 scale Skyline 2000 GTR 71. Has been hanging around the bench for a while, but finally feels like heading to the finish line. And I must say, this the green flip color, absolutely beautiful. I saw this on Festus show, I think, a couple of Sundays ago, and the first thing that caught my eye was the color of this. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know what you call it, like a jade green, maybe. I don't know, but it's beautiful. And really nice work with the window rubbers and everything. It's going to look, so obviously still in progress, but it's going to look pretty awesome once it's done. Again, yeah, this color is pretty awesome. Now, I did put a post up just to let people know I will be kind of showing some works, and so people kindly went ahead and kind of added to the thread here. So I'll make sure I capture everybody, all comments. All right. First up, Robert and his BF109. I've been following this for the last couple of weeks, and I really love the color on this one. Great color, and the winter kind of camo. And he kind of did like I did, where he kind of opened it up. So amazing kit. All markings masked and sprayed, as well as minor surgery, show off the internal detail per my video build. Yeah, I do have a video build for this one, and so it kind of same way. I did half of mine kind of closed up and the other half opened, and I really like to have that displayed. Mine actually I don't have anymore. I went to a collector in Annapolis, up in Maryland. So yeah, but same idea. So if I click the picture here, you can see well, firstly beautifully weathered with the colors and painted. And thank you for crossing out the markings for YouTube and Facebook. And yeah, you can see it's that this side, beautifully kind of closed up, get an idea of the aircraft look. And then the second picture you can see here opened up and see all that beautiful internals. My thinking with this when I built the kit was, you got all this in there. If I just put the panels on, you won't see any of it. And what's the point? So I left all this off. Same as Robert did, just to kind of showcase, the beautiful detail of this kit. And again, Zukimura, I think it was about $95 when I bought it. It might be a little bit more expensive now, but if you want a 109 32nd scale, it's not going to be big. It's it's 32nd scale warbird, so you're looking maybe like a foot long. It's a beautiful kit. I know they brought out an FW190, which I might be interested in getting too. But yeah, just a really, really cool kit. I think it might be my kit of the year last year. I can't remember exactly, but a couple more pictures here. There we go. And again, I really love the color schemes. Rather than going the usual splinter camo, going this winter, it just really looks great with the internal colors as well. So really great job. And Scott did complete a Phantom Zukimura. Just talking about Zukimura, the second Zukimura. This is a 48 scale F4 JEJ Kai. It's a fabulous kit. Yep, no pun intended. Really fun to build, and it looks really nicely built. But not only that, I'm seeing these. Oh my gosh, you must have spent weeks putting these decals on, because all over, as is tradition with these guys, everywhere, every single panel here has a decal. And yeah, good luck with that one. So did a great job. Also, the window rubber's looking really cool too. Just a really nice Japanese aircraft. You don't see too many Japanese aircraft being built. And finally is Andrew. And he's got a 16th scale, so big boy. Das work, Stug. Finished a couple of months ago, on and off over a year. Added engine deck storage items from Value Gear. A custom-made storage rack made out of plastic card strip. Aerials from Forge Bear. Forge Bear Tanks and Classy Hobby Commander figure. Yeah, awesome, and it's beast. This is 16th scale. Very nice. All the stowage in the back certainly, adds some visual interest, and a great build there as well. And I think that is it. Oh, a couple more pictures. From the front. And a side view. Yeah, beautiful. 16th scale armor is definitely popular right now. I've built, a few. Obviously on the channel I built the Tiger. The only problem is they're pretty big, right? It's kind of hard to find a spot to put them. They kind of, especially some of these bigger tanks, they're take up a massive amount of space. But there we go. So that's it. That's what the recent posts I've got from my Facebook group. As always, free to join if you want to share your work or ask any questions. Feel to do so. You can find us on Facebook. It's totally free. And so back to me.
Okay, so there we go. Thank you, as always, for everybody for your support throughout the year. You're going to get hit with the usual end of the year stuff I do every year. Like I'm going to do, I think next week I'll throw up a video of my completed builds for the year, kind of reviewing them all. Won't be too long. I think I've done 9. This is number 10. And that will be pretty much it. So again, thank you for your support. Have a great holidays, and I'll see you in 2024. Bye.